All right. So in this session, I'm going to show you how to use Blackboard Collaborate. Now, let us say that you're going to have a session online where you and the teacher are going to be in a session. Okay. So a class will be hosted online. We are using the technology Blackboard Collaborate in order to host those classes with you. So again, I'm sharing my screen with you, and most lecturers will place the link to the online sessions in the first panel. However, my suggestion, if you don't see it in the first panel, just simply scroll down, okay? Now, you can identify, or one way to identify your Blackboard Collaborate sessions is by this little green puzzle piece looking thing, right? And of course, the expectation is the lecturer will name it accordingly. So here it is, online sessions. Once we click on it, you see the Blackboard Collaborate interface pops up. And at this time, there's only one session in there, but for a normal class or for a normal space or VLE space, you will see all the classes listed, or you might see a recurring class listed. So it might be one, but you might see a recurring class listed, right? So in this case, I'm just doing an orientation session, so I just created one. All right, now a few things. Up here, you see the course room. You can actually enter the course room, and as you can see, 3 dots are to the right, and you can say join course room. Now the course room, depending on what the lecturer has set, you can use the course room to have discussions with your classmates outside of the sessions that are listed here, okay? So think of it as your space. It's your classroom space, right? So if there's a discussion you guys want to do, or if you have a group meeting, or you have a little powwow, or even a helping session where you guys want to meet because you don't understand what is happening in the class and you want to talk to each other, you want to help out each other in getting to the next level, you can always use the course room that's available to you. However, that is dependent on the setting that the lecturer has provided. So in my situation, for my courses, I leave it unlocked and available to you, but you would have to speak with your respective lecturers. So if it is locked, you may respectfully ask if it can be opened. And then they can use their discretion if they'd like to open it or not, okay? Then we have the sessions that are scheduled with your lecturer. And so again, you go to the 3 dots and you click join the session. And this will now bring up the Blackboard Collaborate interface. And it's going to take a while. Once it goes in, you'll see your profile photo, you'll see microphone, video, and the raise hand feature. Now, what I usually do as soon as I get in, the first things that I do, I check my microphone settings and I check my video settings. Now, my video settings won't work because I'm using an external, me personally, I'm using an external camera, and Blackboard Collaborate is not picking up that external camera. However, I will show you what to do nonetheless. All right, so, right, so, boom, boom, boom. And it is picking up the information that is set in RVLE. So my name was set to Chevany Chevers White, and so automatically my name comes up. All right, so let's set the photo for your sessions, I seem to have used a different photo. So there it is. I clicked on, so for you, it would be a little white character with a little, I think it's black background. You click on that, click on settings, right? You can click on the character and then upload an image. And let me just cancel because I already have an image. And again, you want to use a headshot so that way it's easy to see who you are. And again, something that is professional looking, or we are not using personal, let's say personal related photos, okay? All right, then the next thing you want to do, you want to set your microphone and you want to set your camera. So here it is, set up your camera and my microphone. And you could get to that option. Let me just close this. You didn't have to go to your photo. You could actually click on your microphone, or you could get to it by clicking on the two white arrows and then clicking on settings, and it will take you to the same interface, right? So set up camera, and here it is. It's showing my external microphone, and I say yes, audio is working, and then it will go to the camera. And as I explained before, my camera isn't working, right? But you would select, just like before, the drop down, and then say yes, my camera is working. So now you have your photo setup, you have your microphone setup, your camera setup, okay? All right, and close. Now, the last thing that you see once you enter is the raise hand issue. Now, just like when you're in a face-to-face class, if you want to be acknowledged, you need to raise your hand. Don't just turn on your microphone and speak. Lift your hand virtually first, be acknowledged by your lecturer, and then turn on your microphone and speak. Okay? All right. And I know my microphone for the Blackboard Collaborate session is off because there's a line through it, through both the microphone and the camera. All right. Now, let's go to the rest of the options. Now, there's also, yes, you can go through the other information if you so desire in the settings. For the chat, you can decide to speak to everyone, okay? Or you can speak directly to the moderator if you so desire. So if you want to talk to everyone who is in the classroom or in the session with you, you simply talk, and you post what you need to post, okay? And then again, if you need to say something to the moderator, usually your moderators are your lecturers or co-lecturers or your tutors, the person who is leading the session. All right, sometimes you might have a guest lecturer or a guest speaker that might be they might be moderators as well. Or if the class is very large, you might have the lecturer and all the tutors in the class at the same time. So you might have multiple moderators within the session. There is also, for me, I'm not sure if in your session you see attendees, but for me, I can see, you know, all the persons who are moderators, and I can see all the attendees in the class as well. Now, the one to note is the share content. So you might be required to do a presentation via Blackboard Collaborate, okay? Or speak about something via Blackboard Collaborate. You can share your whiteboard. And whiteboard is very cool because you can draw stuff, you can type stuff, you can erase stuff, point, all of that. And then when you want to end the session, you click the top right-hand corner that says stop sharing. All right. You can share your screen or application. And here you see the options where it says you can share your entire screen. You can share an application window. You can share a Chrome tab if you so desire, right? Just note, whatever you've selected, share your screen. You want to, if there's audio, so let's say it's an online Google Sheets, no, Google presentation, Google Slides, sorry. And there's audio on it, or there's a YouTube video that you want to share, just ensure that you check share audio with it, okay? And then you select the application that you want to share, and then you click share. All right. And just like with the whiteboard, once you've completed whatever it is that you're presenting, just go to the top right-hand corner and click stop sharing. All right, you can also use your camera. Of course, in my case, that's not going to work, but you can always say use your camera and then you do your presentation or whatever, right? You can also select share file. So let's say the file that you want to share is a document. So you have a PowerPoint document, or you have a Word file. It's a document that is on your machine, right? You can say add files. There it is, PowerPoint, image, PDF, whatever it is. You can choose that file. And then again, you go through the process of saying, it's gonna take some time to convert that file. And then you say share now. And everyone within the session will be able to see the document. All right, let me see. All right, for me, the options of polling and breakout groups are there. I am not sure you will see the same options, okay? Now we can close that by clicking the X, and then when you are ready to leave the session, you can click on the 3 white lines, and there is leave session. Oh, it's showing my internet is low. You can engage with this if you so desire, to let them know what your experience was like. Now, once the session has been recorded, because that is something that the moderators can do, and please, if you go in, you'll see in the top left-hand corner if the session is being recorded or not. If it's not being recorded, just give a gentle reminder to one of the moderators that the session is not being recorded, okay? Now, if you want to access those recordings, you go back to the course container in ORVLE and you click on the 3 lines. And here it is, you see recordings. Now, there are no recorded sessions here. I just want you to note that recordings will only be hosted here for 30 days, okay? So once a lecturer records or a moderator records that Blackboard Collaborate session, it will only be available here for 30 days, after which you will not have access to it anymore. Now, the lecturer can set it where you can download a recording if you so desire, or they can also set it where you're not able to download the recording. I would assume they will change that option based on the type of session that, that took place. However, if you notice that an important session was recorded, but it's not being able to download, and you'd like to be able to download that session, again, respectfully, you can respectfully ask your lecturer if they can make it downloadable, if it's possible to do that after the recording has been made, or at very least, future sessions can be set to be downloaded. Okay, so that's it. I can't think of anything else in regards to Blackboard Collaborate. So that's it. Let's end this session. Bye. See you soon for the next one.